What do you classify as a drug? Alcohol? Marijuana? What about the coffee you drink every morning? Well, actually, all of these classify as a psychoactive drug. Psychoactive drugs are chemical substances that alter your mood and perception. Psychoactive drugs alter the reward pathway, which is responsible for driving our motivation, reward, and behavior. The central purpose for the reward pathway is to make us feel good when we engage in behaviors that are necessary for our survival. So things like eating, drinking, and sex. When your brain recognizes that you are doing something good based on the information gathered by the five senses, special neurons in the reward pathway release dopamine. The release of dopamine triggers good feelings in your body and mind. The reward pathway is responsible for making sure you engage in this dopamine triggering action as much as possible. There are three categories of psychoactive drugs: depressants, stimulants, and hallucinogens. Depressants, also called downers, lower neurotransmission levels, which is to depress or lower arousal and stimulation. Drugs in this category include major tranquilizers, such as Zyprexa, Seroquel, and Haldol. These drugs are supposed to reduce the symptoms of serious mental illnesses like schizophrenia. Benzos, or benzodiazepines, which include drugs such as Xanax, are another form of depressants. Opiates also fall into this category. The last and most common form of depressant is alcohol. Alcohol isn't a prescription drug and is the second most widely consumed drug in the U.S. Depressants work by blocking dopamine receptors in the brain. Depressants slow the body functions, suppress neural activity, and reduce self-control and self-awareness. An excessive use of these depressants can lead to memory loss. On the contrary, stimulants, or uppers, speed up body functions, excite neural activity, and increases self-confidence. The most commonly and widely used and distributed drug in the U.S. falls into this category. That drug is caffeine. Caffeine is classified as a stimulant due to its psychoactive effects on the brain. Other stimulants include nicotine, cocaine, and amphetamines. These drugs block dopamine transporters in the reward system, which trap dopamine in the synapse to give the user a high. Often after this high, there is a low, and feelings of depression follow as the good feelings wear off, which encourages the user to use more and more. Stimulants are highly addictive due to this. The last category are hallucinogens, or psychedelics. Hallucinogens come in plant, fungal, and synthetic forms. As the name insists, hallucinogens cause hallucinations and distort sensory perceptions. Common hallucinogens are marijuana and shrooms. These drugs work by mimicking anandamide, which block dopamine inhibitors. This allows for dopamine to flood into the system and excite brain cells. I hope I succeeded in educating you on how the different types of psychoactive drugs affect the brain and cause these highs. This is Margaret Marable reporting from Mr. Bixby's 5th period AP Psychology class. Thank you for your time and learning about drugs with me.